Good morning and welcome to the premiere. We're doing these premiere videos every 10 at 10 at 9 a.m. So if you're watching the premiere of this one, thanks for joining us live. I'm Matt.
And I'm Tim, and today we've got some really cool plants for you. So you need to watch this video and be ready to purchase these plants come 10 a.m.
This is the 10 at 10 for May 10th of 2022.
So we've got some really cool plants for you. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, sign up for our weekly emails on MrMaple.com. These are only 10 of the 20 items getting listed today, so make sure you sign up for our weekly email so you can figure out about the full 20 before the 10 a.m. actually hits.
And remember, if you're watching this video in May of 2022, these are very indicative of the size we have currently right now. If you're watching this video several years from now, or even a year from now, our sizes may be slightly larger or slightly smaller than what you see in this video. So first up here on the table, we have ACER SHIRASAWANUM GLORIA. Now, if you've been watching our channel, you know we recently just did a highlight on this plant. It's an amazing plant from Esfeld Plantinium, named by our friend Cor Van Gelderen. And we have a full highlight on this video, so definitely go watch this one. It's an awesome plant that is more of a dark red SHIRASAWANUM.
I like it because it has a more rounded leaf, really good fall color, and it leaves out a little bit later than some of the palmatums, which really helps people in higher elevations or colder climates.
Yeah, excellent plant.
So next up, we've got Acer Palmatum Baby Ghost. And this is one of the more rare ghosts that you see around. Yeah. You don't see this often offered quite as often. And this is a really, really cool, little shorter of the ghost series. Typically about 5 to 6 feet in height and in width in 10 years.
Excellent pink red on this one. You know, a lot of people need this one probably to complete that ghost series. It's a fun one for sure. We'll be doing a highlight hopefully soon on the entire ghost series, but definitely one that you don't see out there quite as much in the ghost series. That is an excellent plant. I mean, it's just not as produced as often.
I like the green veining on this plant. I like the fact that it's a little bit shorter and it has not necessarily an upright structure, but more of an upright sort of semi-pendulous shape that makes it have a smaller overall size. Great for container plants and pretty cool a selection of the ghost series. I'd say it's probably the smallest on the titled Ghost from the Ghost series.
Yeah. So next up on the table, we have one we recently listed, but we found another setup and wanted to get them back up for you because they sold out really quickly last time and they're always popular. That's Acer Palmatum Dissectum MARIELLE.
Yeah, MARIELLE is a selection by Bart and Marielle Eickelmans, named after Marielle, who's the secretary of the Maple Society and good friend of ours. This one really has some nice purple tipping in the spring, a little more yellow color to it. And this is one of those plants that just has that nice weeping habit, but gives you something a little bit extra. And the leaves are a little more dissected and an open dissectum. I mean, what I mean is that it's deeply incised and the leaves spread out, which give this plant a really ornamental feel, especially when you get that purple tipping.
Yeah. Definitely always popular. Now next up is another one that we recently had, but you know, backed by popular demand, FIREFLY. These sold out as well, but we had another set that was close. We wanted to go ahead and get them back on for you. Acer Palmatum FIREFLY, always a popular one here at MrMaple.
I think they sold out last time we listed them in 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's not one that stays online long.
And we're talking, you know, they're close to 100 of them then. And this is the next set that was coming on. They're pushing more growth. They're ready now. And some nice reticulation. There's not a lot else like it. It's got that purple, almost tipping with the reticulation. It gives it something extra. And the colors throughout the season on this just keep changing in ways that just make you want to go out and photograph this. I think when people got this from the Area 51 collection, everybody started freaking out about it because of how different it is from all the other ghost types and other reticulated types.
It's one we got to evaluate here at our nursery and put a name on. We actually went with the naming process here. Awesome plant. I mean, it is so highly sought after for that color. It is one that changes weekly. You've probably heard me say this about this plant before. Get your camera out. Every single week the pictures are different with this one. One of my very favorite reticulated forms of any.
Now, the next is a conifer that's one of our most popular conifers. This is PICEA pungens GEBELLE'S Golden Spring. And the reason it gets that name is because of this golden flush of growth that just gives this plant a whole lot of color on a PICEA pungens.
I turned that one sideways. Gorgeous right now. Some great sizes on these. Excellent spring new growth on these. They're just starting to really flush out.
You know,
excellent conifer for sure.
You know, I love the yellow in the garden. Yellow in the spring garden is awesome. You don't really get that many yellows in the conifer world and yellow on a PICEA pungens just gives this something extra. The bright yellow new growth really shows up well against the darker green older growth, giving a good contrast throughout the season. And that makes a nice upright PICEA pungens that really just keeps giving you flush after flush of color every time it grows.
Yeah, we've got another one here that's a second chance one we've recently had. Not too recently, but they do sell out quickly. We've been doing some numbers and counting up. Wanted to get this one back on the website. ACER Oliverianum Hot Blonde. Now, one of our fastest growing Japanese maples, also one of our most highly sought after maples. Actually a Chinese maple, but it's that Japanese maple category.
Yeah, a selection Matt named after his wife. And this is one of those plants that leaves out a little more olive and gets more and more yellow as that season goes on. And some of the new growth flushes can be an orange with, a yellow with an orange border. It's got some really unreal colors. It's amazing fall color. I mean, the fall color.
The fall colors are neon pink almost. I mean, they're unreal. I love that it holds the fall color a little later than most. I would say one of the greatest things about this is one of the things we don't talk about the most, but is that growth rate.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about the colors a lot, the fall colors, how heat tolerant it is. It's part of that Heat Seeker series. This thing grows like a weed. Like you will get a ton of growth out of this. It's not uncommon to get 1.5 feet of growth in a year out of Hot Blonde. It is an amazing plant. It's one we thought about trademarking. I mean, we developed this one here at our nursery. I don't really like trademarks. We've never trademarked one, but it was one that we actually contemplated doing just because I think the cultivar is that special.
Yeah, and this is such a fast grower, heat tolerant one. We've got people growing it down in Charleston, near to the battery. We've got people growing it in Bishopville, South Carolina in full sun. Super heat tolerant. The ACER Oliveraniums can really take what Japanese maples, that people love about Japanese maples, and take them to hotter climates. And this being an ACER Oliveranium, we believe also ACER Oliveranium hybrid, really adds something special, especially as you get more and more of that yellow on this tree later in the season. And that fall color, that pink-orange Matt was talking about.
We might have mentioned it before too, but I also like that it's very late to leaf out. So here in western North Carolina, it leaves out about 2 weeks later, and it gives them a little frost protection as well.
And then one more that I know everyone's waiting for to come back already, even though it was recently on. This sold out in minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I mean, it was...
We had a big set.
Yeah, there's over 100.
Don't beat us up. But we're bringing back Mystic MIKAWA. So be ready for these at 10 a.m., no reservations.
These are 2-year 1 gallons. They're slow growing, but they've put on, these sets started to push on that next flush of growth, and got some great Mystic MIKAWAs here. Love Mystic MIKAWA. It's basically an orange variety in the spring of MIKAWA Yetsubusa. It just gives you some good orange color and a little bit slower growing than MIKAWA Yetsubusa.
A really fun one by our friend Crispin Silva. He named this one, you know, same guy that introduced that MIKAWA Cayenne and so many other cool cultivars. I was actually in development of an orange MIKAWA ourselves here at the nursery called Oompa Loompa. And Crispin already had his more further along. They're very, very similar plants, so I discontinued the Oompa Loompa out of respect for him because they were very much almost the same color. But it was an independent seedling we were growing here that was almost identical.
Yeah.
And we decided to let the Mystic MIKAWA reign supreme there. It was already closer to the market, and we didn't need 2 trees that were that close into the market. So.
And Mystic MIKAWA, I think of Japanese Princess, Mayday, MIKAWA Yetsubusa. Of those, this one is the smallest one of the color that we've seen yet. That's really starting to get out there.
Now the color can vary on these. I like them in sun. If you can get it in early morning sun, you get your best color. I find typically they have their best color in the ground too. I've got a MIKAWA garden. We may do an update video on that, where I've got basically every form of MIKAWA Yetsubusa, that MIKAWA family, there in the ground. And I just like to evaluate them against each other. I get my best color on Mystic MIKAWA in the ground, early morning sun, late day shade. That thing is neon orange. You'll see a lot of photos of it on our website, but it comes out with some amazing colors.
So next up, we love bringing you GINKGO content. These are GINKGO BILOBA Autumn Gold. And this is a classic male upright ginkgo everybody loves. It's a selection from Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Yeah, the original one's there at UNC.
UNC's campus, yeah.
I remember when Tim was at UNC, we were driving down through there, and I'm like, it was in perfect fall color, and I mean, I about broke my neck looking out the window at this tree. Maybe we'll get lucky and we can get out there this fall and do a video with it. It is amazing to see a tree that size. Now, Awesome colors on this one. This one is a male clone with bright golden yellow, but probably your quintessential upright male ginkgo.
Yeah, it's got a great shape and good fall color. And if you're looking for an upright ginkgo, look no further than Autumn Gold.
I've seen some people say that this one can sometimes be female, but I've never seen the original tree fruit. So
Yeah.
I don't think that would be accurate. I think that possibly there may be some conditional factors, or it may be that they missed the understock and they had the wrong form there.
Yeah, I have seen some people in the nursery industry sell seedlings of ginkgo as Autumn Gold, like
Correct,
people
yeah.
sell seedlings of Bloodgood as Bloodgood. I mean, that's just
That original one
lack
there
of
in Chapel
knowledge.
Hill, though, I've never seen be female. It's distinctly a male. And I've checked that tree out so many times in the fall just for that fall color because it is a showstopper.
And these are all grafted males, so don't worry about that. This is the true Autumn Gold. And this is a plant that I'm sure you're gonna love. Make sure to give ginkgos lime. Check out our video too on ginkgo care. That's a great way to learn about ginkgos and figure out how to grow them in your landscape and garden.
Yeah, we hear your comments too. We're always being asked for ginkgos in larger sizes. We got some 3 gallons on those. They're an excellent size and you know, something a little bit more established in the landscape right away. So talking about excellent sizes, here we have some ACER palmatum RYUSENs. These are in these 2 gallon size pots is what we're gonna list them as, but they're every bit the 3 or 5 gallon size plant. I mean,
Yeah.
you'd see a lot of nurseries listing this one in 5. We're gonna keep them in 2s for shipping purposes to get them to you. But I mean, these could get potted up to 5s or 7s right away.
Yeah, these were grafted probably at about 6 inches, then staked up.
Yeah.
And this is just such a heat tolerant plant, super fast growing, nice cascading form. Selection by Kobayashi Momiji in Japan. And it's a tree that we love because it's so easy for people to grow. I mean, it can grow in full sun. I've seen it growing in 8B and some 9As in full sun and doing fantastic, which is crazy for a Japanese maple to be growing in zone 9
Exceptionally durable.
in full sun.
Now, you've heard us talk about that one a lot. It gets about as tall as you stake it. You can watch our How to Stake a Japanese Maple video as well. But I'm sure we have several videos too on RYUSEN. Check those out. Heat tolerant, cold tolerant, sun tolerant. It's super durable. It's an easy one to grow. We're glad to get this one back out there in this really big size for you. So snatch those up. They're going to go quick too in that size. And
I think one of our employees, Wesley, already said, hey, one of those is off the inventory.
Yeah, so we got to beat our employees to those when we list the 3s. I think the Autumn Golds are really good size too, though. I'm impressed with those.
Yep, and so today we've got, these are 10 of the 20 trees getting listed on today's 10 at 10. You want to make sure that you check out with these plants and don't wait around, because when you add them to cart, it doesn't reserve them for you. The only time it's reserved for you is once you check out, then you've got your order and order number, and then those plants are reserved for you here at the nursery. So make sure you check out as quickly as you can. We've had a lot of people say, hey, I had those in my carts, especially with the Mystics, the Hot Blondes, the Fireflies.
Yeah, and the Marielles.
And the Marielles.
So we've got another chance for a lot of those. There's a second chance at some of those. We wanted to get them back up sooner. We've had them so heavily requested, especially those 4. I wouldn't hesitate. If that's something you're after, go ahead and check out early. They won't last long. So.
Yep, and make sure you sign up for our weekly emails. Again, this is only 10 of the 20 trees getting listed. So if you sign up for our weekly emails, you'll be notified about the same time this video is coming out with the full listing of the 20 trees that are on today's 10 at 10.
Hey, take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.